On May 19, 2024, Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi was involved in a horrific helicopter accident. According to Al Jazeera, President Raisi was scheduled to visit two hydroelectric power plant projects in East Azerbaijan province, which directly borders Azerbaijan. These projects are a collaboration between Iran and Azerbaijan, built on the Aras River that marks the border between the two countries. The inauguration event was also attended by Azerbaijani representatives, including President Ilham Aliyev. In addition to the power plant projects, President Raisi was also scheduled to inaugurate a new oil refinery in the city of Tabriz, the capital of East Azerbaijan province. The accident occurred while President Raisi's delegation was en route to Tabriz. According to Iranian officials, the delegation consisted of 3 helicopters, and one of the helicopters carrying President Raisi made a hard landing and lost contact in the mountainous area near Uzi village in East Azerbaijan province. This incident happened around 1:30 p.m. local time, but the report of the loss of contact with President Raisi's helicopter was only released at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. According to an official statement from the Iranian government delivered by Interior Minister Ahmad Vahidi, the helicopter crash that killed Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi was caused by weather conditions. Heavy rain and thick fog at the crash site were the main factors leading to the accident. Following the crash of President Raisi's helicopter, the 2 other helicopters in the delegation lost contact and conducted a search for 20 minutes. When the aerial search proved unsuccessful, the 2 helicopters decided to make an emergency landing and requested assistance from rescue teams. The mountainous terrain of the crash site posed a significant challenge for the evacuation process and slowed down the search efforts well into the night. Iran's Vice President for Executive Affairs, Mohsen Mansouri, mentioned that there had been communication with the crew of President Raisi's helicopter, which gave hope that the crash might not have been severe and that the occupants could still be alive. However, tragically, when the rescue teams finally reached the crash site early Monday morning, they found the wreckage of the helicopter severely damaged, and all on board had perished in a grievous state. The helicopter crash that killed President Ebrahim Raisi was a devastating tragedy for Iran. In addition to President Raisi, 7 other passengers, including important officials and military members, perished in the incident. Among them were Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian, East Azerbaijan Province Governor Malek Rahmati, and senior cleric and official in Tabriz, Ali Khomeini, Ayatollah Muhammad Ali al-Hashim. These 3 officials were key figures in the Iranian government, and their loss will significantly impact the country. Furthermore, 4 military personnel, including IRGC Brigadier General Mohammad Mehdi Musaf, pilots Colonel Mohsen Darianis and Colonel Saeed Tahir Mustafafi, and Technician Major Behrud Kadimi, also lost their lives. The composition of the passengers, ranging from high-ranking military officers to the governor, minister, and president, underscores the magnitude of Iran's loss due to this accident. Before discussing theories surrounding this accident, it is important to understand the figure of President Ebrahim Raisi himself. He was an influential figure in Iranian politics, known as a conservative with strong influence in the government. Raisi had been involved in politics for a long time and played a role in the Islamic Revolution that overthrew the Iranian monarchy. His political career advanced rapidly, and by 1985, at the age of 25, he was appointed deputy prosecutor in Tehran. According to a report by The Guardian, Raisi is alleged to have been one of the 4 judges on the Death Commission, a secret court operating under orders from Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khomeini. Ebrahim Raisi, the current president of Iran, has been a controversial figure throughout his career. He is believed to have been involved in the 1988 Death Commission, where thousands of political prisoners were executed without proper judicial process. Although Raisi denies these allegations, many believe he played a significant role in the commission. After serving as deputy prosecutor, Raisi rose through the ranks to become the chief prosecutor of Tehran, head of the General Inspection Organization, and eventually Iran's Attorney General. In 2017, he ran for president for the first time, but was unsuccessful. However, with the support of Ayatollah Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader, Raisi ran again in the 2021 election and won. During his presidency, Raisi faced several protests, the most notable being in response to the death of Mahsa Amini. Amini was arrested by the morality police for allegedly violating dress code regulations, and her death sparked widespread outrage against the morality police, leading to widespread protests across Iran. These protests were marked by women burning their hijabs and cutting their hair in defiance of the strict dress codes. In addition to the Mahsa Amini case, President Raisi implemented several controversial policies. He withdrew from the 2015 nuclear deal, sought to restore diplomatic relations with Saudi Arabia, and supported Russia in arming its invasion of Ukraine. Most recently, Iran launched missile and drone attacks on Israel. Despite the controversies, Raisi had a significant number of supporters. The current supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, gave him full backing, which has stirred sympathy among the Iranian public following Raisi's death. Khamenei declared 5 days of national mourning in Iran, and allied countries such as China, Russia, India, Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon expressed their condolences. Some of these nations even declared days of mourning to honor Raisi's death. However, condolences did not mean that all Iranians were mourning. Many in Iran viewed Raisi's death as a victory over the regime. They celebrated his passing, particularly because Raisi was known for his conservative stance and faced protests from the Iranian populace, especially after the Mahsa Amini case. His death was seen as a liberation from oppression, and some Iranians even celebrated it. Nevertheless, they acknowledged that a change in the presidency might not bring significant changes as long as Ayatollah Ali Khamenei remains in the highest position. Despite hopes for significant changes in Iran following President Raisi's death, the reality is that little might change. This is because Iran's governmental system has a strong structure with the supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, holding the highest authority, both politically and religiously. The president in Iran operates under the supreme leader's authority. As long as the supreme leader remains unchanged, conditions in Iran are expected to stay the same, regardless of who occupies the presidency. However, the anger and jubilation that arose among various groups due to Raisi's death cannot be ignored. Many opposition groups within Iran celebrated Raisi's death, prompting the government to plan actions against those who demonstrated or celebrated the president's death. Meanwhile, Israel, a country with strained relations with Iran, protested vehemently against the United Nations' honor for Raisi, expressing their disapproval to the UN Security Council. They considered the moment of silence before the Security Council meeting to be an excessive tribute. Thus, Raisi's death has triggered various reactions and complex political dynamics in Iran and internationally, highlighting the intricate geopolitical situation in the region. Iran has been in the global spotlight recently, especially after launching rocket and drone attacks on Israel. These events have sparked much speculation and conspiracy theories, particularly surrounding the death of President Raisi. On social media, many have accused Iran's enemies, such as the United States and Israel, of orchestrating the president's death. The ambiguity surrounding the incident, like the crash of a helicopter carrying only the president, has fueled these speculations. Additionally, the presence of significant figures on board the helicopter adds to the mystery and suspicion. The sudden death of Iran's president has led to debates and unanswered questions, heightening tensions in the region and raising concerns about potential conflict escalation. The helicopter crash that claimed the life of Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has sparked widespread speculation and conspiracy theories. Many link the accident to sabotage by Iran's enemies, given that the Bell 212 helicopter carrying Rouhani was an old American-made model purchased before the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The U.S. arms embargo against Iran has complicated maintenance and replacement of helicopter parts, leading to suboptimal upkeep and ultimately the crash. Former Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif accused the United States of causing the incident by hampering the helicopter's maintenance. However, the United States has denied any involvement. So far, no evidence supports theories of sabotage or the involvement of enemy intelligence agencies. The Iranian government has stated that the crash was purely due to natural factors.